Dratini Community Day is this weekend. Today we're going to be running through some tips and tricks for this Community Day Classic in Pokemon Go. Let's get right into it. So to be more specific, November 5th from 2 to 5 p.m. is Dratini Community Day Classic. Community Day Classics are a rerun of past Community Days, and it's cool we got Dratini featured. Bonuses during this event will have Dratini spawning everywhere with a shiny rate of 1 in 25, 3 times catch Stardust, 3-hour instances, 3-hour lure modules. If you evolve a Dragonair, Dratini's evolution, into a Dragonite from 2 to 7 p.m., that Dragonite will know the charge attack Draco Meteor. Note that if it's a Shadow Dragonair that has the move Frustration, Frustration will actually block the teaching of this move, so make sure if you're evolving Shadows to get this move, you have removed Frustration during a Team Go Rocket event, which hopefully we have one in November. You can also take up to 5 snapshots to get photobombed by 5 Dratinis. Field research for the event will most likely be catch 3 Dratinis for either a Dratini encounter, 5 Great Balls, 2 Ultra Balls, 2 Pineapple Berries, and 500 Stardust. And there will be a $1 special research story you can buy in the shop. Tasks unknown at the time of making this video, but usually it's generally worth it. You complete it, you get a bunch of extra checks and encounters. Finally, Dratini's whole shiny family is on screen. You can check it out if you want to see what these shinies look like. That moves us right into the tips, starting with the 100% IVs, the perfect IVs for Dratini during Community Day. If you catch a Dratini in the research task, so any Dratini you get from a research task, 430 is the perfect IV, so look for that CP. That's a guaranteed 100% IV. If you get a Dratini in the wild during windy weather, when Dratini is weather boosted since it's a dragon type, 933 is going to be the 100% IV for Dratini. Finally, if it's any weather other than windy weather, 861 is going to be the perfect IV in the wild. Other than that though, there's a total of 32 other perfect IV Dratini CPs, since Dratinis can be caught from level 1 all the way to level 35. So the best way to get the 100% IV in Pokemon Go is to just catch as many as you can, but those are some CP values that you should be looking out for. Let's also take a moment to talk about PvP IVs. If you don't know, when running a Pokemon in PvP, you want low attack, high defense, high stamina IVs, and this will allow them to have more bulk. If you want a more in-depth tutorial on why that is, I will leave a link below to a video. Let's go through the best IV sets to look out for Dragonite in PvP. Starting with Dragonite in the Great League, a 3-15-14 is going to be the perfect IV for this Pokemon, so look out for that IV set. In the Ultra League, a 0-13-15 is going to be the best, and in the Master League, a 15-15-15. Note in the Great League and the Ultra League, anything with low attack, high defense, high stamina is generally good. You don't need the rank 1, but that's the best one to look for. I'm also just gave a quick shout out to Dragonair in the Great League, as that Pokemon does have some play in some limited metas. A 1-15-15 is the rank 1 for Dragonair in the Great League, and it's probably worth picking one up during this Community Day since Dragonair actually does pretty well in the Great League. Now this brings us a perfect segue into Dragonite and Dragonair, and actually, are they any good? Now I would argue right now that Dragonite is one of the best overall Pokemon in the game. In the Great League, we see Dragonite ranked at 25 in the Shadow form and 49 in the non. In the Ultra League, 21 in the Shadow form and 47 in the non. And in the Master League, ranked 2 non-Shadow, 18 Shadow. Dragonite is a menace in all 3 PvP leagues, in the regular form and in the Shadow form, so it is definitely worth going ahead and getting one for all 3 of the leagues if you're into PvP, because it did just get recently buffed. Also, if we're looking at raid attackers, Shadow Dragonite is the number 2 highest DPS Dragon type raid attacker and number 3 overall. Regular Dragonite is going to sit a little bit further down the list, probably around 10 to 20, but both Dragonite and Shadow Dragonite are great Dragon type raid attackers. Note, if you don't have a Shadow Dragonite, you can get one right now from the Dragon type grunt, which is the grunt that says roar, how does that sound? But trust me, it's a very rare grunt to find. So yeah, Dragonite all around an amazing Pokemon to get, both the Shadow, the regular form. However, you don't actually need Draco Meteor. Draco Meteor is the legacy move you can be getting during this Community Day, but Dragonite does not perform very well as a raid attacker or as a PvP Pokemon with Draco Meteor. Maybe you can keep one Dragonite as a spicy little PvP pick to catch some people off guard with a big Draco Meteor, but it's really not the recommended moveset for any situation on Dragonite. Let's talk about Stardust, which is probably going to be the main feature of this Community Day. With the 3 times catch Stardust bonus, let's go through a couple tips on how to maximize and get the most amount of Stardust. Number 1, throw on a star piece. That's going to multiply your Stardust by 1.5, bringing the Stardust you get for every Pokemon non-weather boosted to 450 Stardust per catch. Number 2, catch your stacked Pokemon. If you've ever watched the channel, I recommend running from field research task encounters and stacking them in your stacked tasks. Specifically, Stage 1 and Stage 2 Pokemon and boosted Stardust Pokemon are great to throw in there for when Community Days like this come around, so you can catch them and take advantage of the bonuses. So yeah, just catch your stacked tasks. Don't forget it. Put on a reminder to catch all those Pokemon you might have stacked in Pokemon Go. Finally, number 3, simple, catch as many Pokemon as you can. very important to go to a play place where there's going to be as many Dratini spawning as you can, because the #1 way to grind Stardust is just to catch a lot of Pokemon on a star piece on a 3x catch Stardust community. Using tricks like the quick catch technique and the air catch technique will allow you to catch Pokemon faster if you're interested in catching more Pokemon. I'll leave a link to a video below on how I was able to catch over 450 Pokemon in an hour using those techniques. Candy is also going to be a big resource that people are grinding during this community, and specifically Dratini candies, because they're very useful candies. Regular pineapple berries will multiply your catch candy by 2 and silvers by 2.344. Make sure you throw on those pineapple berries every time you're catching Dratini to get as much candy. Number 2, Mega Evolve a Dragon type Pokemon. Dratini is a Dragon type Pokemon, so if you Mega Evolve a Dragon type Pokemon, you will be getting more candies, XL candies, and XP for capturing Dratinis depending on the level of that Mega. The Megas you can evolve are going to be Altaria, Latios, Latias, Mega Charizard X, and Mega Ampharos. Take your pick on any of those Megas, but make sure it's the highest level Mega, because the higher level the Mega is, the more candies you get. You can see the values right here. Finally, trade after community to get extra candies. Every time you trade away Pokemon in Pokemon Go, you are given 1 free candy. And if the distance between those 2 Pokemon being traded is more than 100 kilometers, you can get up to 3 candies and 1 guaranteed XL candy. Take all those Dratinis, find a friend, and just trade them after. You can grind even more candies. And that brings us on to the final section of the video. That's going to be Platinum Medal tips. You need 35 Platinum Medals to go from level 48 to 49 in Pokemon Go. Which ones should you work on during this event? Number 1, the Dragon Tamer Medal. Catch 2,500 Dragon types. This is a perfect event. Dratinis are going to be spawning everywhere, so work on this medal. We do have 3-hour lure modules during this event, so Picnicker Medal. Use a lure module to help any trainer catch 2,500 Pokemon is a great one to work on. Specifically, go to a busy area, drop your lures, be the first to drop lures, and trainers will be catching Pokemon off those lures all day, helping you work towards this medal, and they won't even know about it. Finally, you get 5 free snapshots during the community day, so Cameraman Medal, have 400 encounters in Go Snapshot is a great one to do, because you can, get 5 free snapshots towards this medal if you haven't completed it. And that is pretty much it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if I missed any tips, and let me know if you're excited for Dratini Community Day. This is one of the communities I think is going to be one of the best ones of the year, in my opinion, as Dragonite is such a good Pokemon right now in the game. And if it doesn't get nerfed, this thing will just be everywhere. Good luck during Dratini Community Day, guys. Have an amazing rest of your day. Follow for tips, everybody. Peace.